Hi, this is Theresa again, personal finance enthusiast with Being Broke Isn't Cute. And this week I'm talking to you about budgeting. Ooh, stop. I can hear the hisses and boos and I don't want to talk about that. I can hear all that. But you know what? Let's talk about it anyway. So first let's think about this. Who even needs to budget? I mean, there are lots of people who we think they need to budget, or we think they need to budget, but who really needs to budget? So let's take this quick little test. Are you a oil tycoon, a shipping magnate, a, Saudi prince or something like that, and you have more money than you can mathematically spend in your entire lifetime? Meaning that you could just go crazy spending every day of the rest of your life and never spend all the money that you have. If you or any of those people, or married to any of those people, or the child of any of those people, I still think you should budget, but you have my permission not to. You don't have to. If you are not that person, married to that person, or the child of that person, which means you're me, you and I both need to budget. Losing my voice here. Okay, let's try this again. So, we both need to budget. All right, well, let's change our attitude about budgeting. First of all, let's ditch the word budget. Because what we're really doing is making a plan on how our money is spent. So we're making a wealth management plan. And that's what I call my budget. I call it a wealth management plan because I am planning out how I want my money to benefit me. How I want it to benefit me now by paying my utilities, my mortgage, buying food, a pair of shoes every once in a while. And how I want it to benefit me in the future by contributing to my 401k, providing insurance on my home and my life and my health, those kind of things that will help me in the future. So let's change our mindset about budgeting. Budgeting isn't something to say, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. No, that's not what budgeting is about. Budgeting is actually a wealth management plan. So let's first get that together. Second, let's think about some reasons people choose not to budget. One is that they feel like it is just too complicated. There's software and, all these other things involved. And it's almost as if you have to have a degree in finance or accounting to actually do it. And that's not true. You can actually start budgeting with something as simple as paper, pen. That's all you really need. Think about it. Budgeting, wealth management has been around for centuries, way before computers, software, calculators, all that kind of stuff. So you can start with paper, pen, and a calculator, or basically your phone. There are apps for it. There are all kinds of ways to make this simple for you. So too complicated, it doesn't have to be. In fact, the best budgets you can have are ones that are actually pretty simple and straightforward. You don't have to track every penny. If you want to round up, that's fine. I don't track by every penny because if I'm 2 cents off, I'm not going to worry about it. If I'm $200 off, that's different. 2 cents, 200, I'm looking. Anyway, sometimes people say they're too restricting. Well, it's your budget. If it's too restricting, that's because you are being too restrictive. So maybe you need to pull away. I mean, in certain cases you can't. If you're in debt and you've got to get this debt paid off, you're in a tight spot, so you may have to make it be more restrictive. You might have to be very tight for a minute until you can get the debt paid down or paid off. But there are other times when you can just kind of begin to slowly scale back and adjust to the budget. Make the budget that you want, and then make a budget to get you to where you want to be. How you do it is really up to you, so you don't have to really put a whole lot of restrictions on yourself other than stay within your wealth management plan and don't spend more money than you're making. Don't spend your future trying to do something current, okay? It's really all about balance. Like I said, don't spend your future on your current wants. You're going to need money in the future. You're going to need it when you get ready to retire. Some people think, I'll never retire. Well, you got to plan for it, and if you don't plan for it, you're right. You may never be able to comfortably retire. And you may work because you have to and not because you want to. So the key is always you. What do you want? How do you want to live? How do you want to get there? Is time a factor? Yes. If you're 20, you've got some time. If you're 60, it's getting a little tight. So you have to take all that into consideration. How are you going to get your money to do what you want it to do? Your wealth management plan is a roadmap. And when you think about it, when you put in Google Maps where you want to go, you put in where you are and where you want to go. And what Google Maps will usually give you at least 3 routes to get there. It'll give you the fastest, most direct route, and that's you buckling down, paying stuff off. It could be a little bit restrictive, but you know you're going to get there faster. It could be a longer route. You're scaling back, slowly scaling back, and getting used to and adjusting to a new way of life so that you can not quit. Because if you do something extreme, you make it too complicated, you make it too restrictive, you'll want to give up. You'll get frustrated with it and give up. Because it might be, depending on your situation, it might be a minute before you really see any change in your financial situation. So you've got to make it where you can stay with it, because that's another thing about wealth management. You've got to stay with it. You've got to make the investment in time. You've got to make the decisions, and sometimes they're hard decisions. You really want to do something, but you need to put this money somewhere else. Maybe your family wants to do something. Maybe they want to go on this really extravagant vacation, and you're like, no, we're going to have to take a smaller vacation because we need this money to do this. You may not be the most popular person in the house that time. Again, but it's all based on you. You can expand it, extract it as you need. It's not set in stone. And it's better to take your time than to move so fast and kind of just burn out along the way. Wow. There are a lot of ways to get to where you want to be. You just got to, sit down and map it out, plan it out, how you want your wealth to work for you, and how do you want to build wealth, because it's not just about today, it's about your future. So again, I am Theresa, personal finance enthusiast for Being Broke Isn't Cute. Please take the time to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can find me in other areas. Wait a minute. There it goes. You can find me in other areas on social media. You can tweet me, like me on Facebook, and of course go to my website. So again, I'm Theresa. Being broke isn't cute. Never has been. It never will be. Thanks for watching.